Good morning students. I hope you are all doing good. Let us see what we are going to discuss in today's class.
Good morning, ma. In previous class we have completed group 16 elements occurrence. I hope you are clear in today's in previous class whatever the things we have studied. Now they gave the information about tabular column, some physical properties of group 16 elements, atomic number 8, 16, 34, 52, 84, atomic mass 16, 32, 78.96, 127.6, 210. These are all for your reference purpose only. Is it okay, ma? These are all for your reference purpose only. No need to remember actual values of all these things. Just once go through, that is enough. No need to by heart them. Next, electronic configuration. Let us see that electronic configuration. Elements of group 16 have 6 electrons in their outermost shell and have ns2 np4 general electronic configuration. How did we write ns2 np4? Outermost electronic configuration of oxygen is 2s2 2p4. Outermost electronic configuration of sulfur is 3s2 3p4. Selenium is 4s2 4p4. Tellurium 5s2 5p4. Polonium 6s2 6p4. So in outermost shell, how many electrons are present in every element? 6 electrons. And general electronic configuration is ns2 np4. General electronic configuration of this group is ns2 np4. That is electronic configuration. Atomic and ionic radii. Due to increase in the number of shells, this is shells, ma. Due to increase in number of shells, atomic and ionic radii increase from top to bottom in the group. The size of oxygen atom is, however, exceptionally small. This type of concept we have studied in group 15. Nitrogen is very small. Top to bottom there also, every group, not only nitrogen group, every group, top to bottom atomic size increases, definitely. Ionic size also increases. In that first element is exceptionally small, very small. The size of oxygen atom is, however, exceptionally small. Is it okay, ma? Now let us see the atomic radius here. Electronic configurations, ma. These are all. Outermost configuration 2s2 2p4. This is 3s2 3p4. This is 4s2 4p4. 5s2 5p4. 6s2 6p4. Outermost means last shell, 6th shell, 5th, 4th. Okay. Covalent radius. Oxygen 66. Sulfur 104. See, 66 to 104, large difference is there. But from sulfur to selenium, increasing only, but small difference only. 104, 117. 117, 137, tellurium. This is 137, this is 146. From there onwards, increase in size is, that increase is little bit only. From top to bottom, oxygen to polonium, atomic size is increased only. Atomic size is nothing but covalent radius only. Radius, when it is increased, atomic size also increases, ma. 66 picometers. They gave the units picometers. 104 picometers, 117 picometers, 137, 146 picometers. Next, ionic radius 140. Ionic radius means E minus 2 in picometers. This is O minus 2, 140. This is 184, 198, 221, 230. They gave for 230 B, ma. For 230 they mentioned B here. What is the meaning of that B? B is nothing but approximate value. B is nothing but approximate value. This is approximate value for polonium. Okay. Next, electron gain enthalpy. After discussing, we will come again. Actually, this atomic and ionic radii, electron gain enthalpy, ionization enthalpy, these are all not there. But Anyways, these are all small properties only. Easily we can complete. Is it okay, ma? If you have idea about these properties, somewhat studying of these elements also will be interesting and easy somewhat. That's why. Due to increase in the number of shells, atomic and ionic radii increases from top to bottom in the group. The size of oxygen atom is, however, exceptionally small. This is information about atomic and ionic radii. Okay, next. Ionization enthalpy. The amount of energy required to remove the electron from neutral isolated gaseous atom is called ionization enthalpy. Generally, top to bottom, what happened to size increases. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, like that, top to bottom atomic size increases. When atomic size increases, we can remove the electron easily because distance increases, attraction power decreases. Distance increases, attraction power decreases. So we can remove this electron easily. That means ionization energy required is less. Top to bottom, what happened to ionization energy decreases. What will be happened, ma? Top to bottom ionization energy decreases. That only here. See, ionization enthalpy or ionization energy both are same only. Ionization enthalpy decreases down the group. Ionization enthalpy decreases down the group. It is due to increase in size. However, the elements of this group have lower ionization enthalpy values compared to those of group 15 in the corresponding periods. This is due to the fact that group 15 elements have extra stable half-filled p orbitals electronic configurations. Actually, this one can be explained easily. See here, ma. In a group from top to bottom, what happened to size increases? Okay. In a period, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, like that I have taken one period, ma, first period. In a period left to right, what happened to atomic size? Atomic size decreases. When atomic size decreases, ionization enthalpy or ionization energy increases. If you see ionization energy increases, then what is the order to be followed? Lithium is less than beryllium, beryllium is less than boron, boron is less than carbon, carbon is less than nitrogen, nitrogen is less than oxygen, oxygen is less than fluorine. This is the order to be followed. But exceptionally, nitrogen is not less than oxygen, nitrogen is greater than oxygen. So the order is lithium is less than beryllium, and here also beryllium is greater than boron, boron is less than carbon, carbon is less than nitrogen, nitrogen is not less than oxygen, nitrogen is greater than oxygen, oxygen is less than fluorine. Why nitrogen is greater than oxygen? Actual order is this one, ma, but experimental values these are all. Because electronic configuration of nitrogen group is, nitrogen is 2s2 2p3. Outermost configuration of nitrogen is 2s2 2p3. Outermost configuration of oxygen is 2s2 2p4. Nitrogen has full-filled and half-filled configurations. Full-filled and half-filled configurations are more stable. This is full-filled only, but this is not half-filled. When compared to nitrogen, oxygen is less stable. Oxygen configuration is less stable. From here, electron can be removed easily by giving less amount of energy. But from nitrogen, it is already stable because of half-filled configuration. So energy required to remove the electron from nitrogen is high. That's why that is only ionization energy. Ionization energy of nitrogen is greater than oxygen. Ionization energy of nitrogen is greater than oxygen. Not only nitrogen, this group elements ionization energy is greater than this group elements. I will write them. Before that, I hope you are clear, ma. Why nitrogen is showing higher ionization enthalpy than oxygen? Because of half-filled configuration. Okay, now let us see the nitrogen group. nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Actually, nitrogen group should contain less ionization enthalpy than oxygen group, but exceptionally they are showing nitrogen ionization enthalpy is greater than oxygen, phosphorus ionization enthalpy is greater than sulfur, arsenic ionization energy is greater than selenium, stibbium is greater than tellurium, bismuth is greater than polonium. This is ionization enthalpy values. That only they gave in the form of matter. See, it is due to increase in size. Okay. However, the elements of this group have lower ionization enthalpy values compared to those of group 15 in the corresponding periods. What is meant by corresponding period? Nitrogen and oxygen corresponding period. Nitrogen is greater than oxygen. Group 15 has greater ionization enthalpy when compared to group 16 element. Phosphorus is greater than sulfur. Arsenic is greater than selenium. Stibbium is greater than tellurium. This order actually it should follow LESMA, but because of half-filled configuration of 15th group, exceptionally they are showing high ionization enthalpy than oxygen family. It is due to increase in size. However, the elements of this group have lower ionization enthalpy values compared to those of group 15 in the corresponding periods. This is due to the fact that group 15 elements have extra stable half-filled p orbitals electronic configurations. Okay, ma'am. Next, electron gain enthalpy. Because of the compact nature of oxygen atom, it has less electronegative electron gain enthalpy than sulfur. However, from sulfur onwards, the value again becomes less negative up to polonium. Meaning of that one, electron gain enthalpy of oxygen is less than sulfur. Again, sulfur is greater than selenium, selenium is greater than tellurium, tellurium is greater than polonium. This is the order of electron gain enthalpy, ma'am. The amount of energy released when one electron is added to the neutral isolated gaseous atom is called electron gain enthalpy. Is it okay? Next one. Electronegativity. Top to bottom, electronegativity decreases. What is meant by electronegativity? The tendency of an atom to pull the bond pair of electrons is called electronegativity. Next to fluorine, oxygen has the highest electronegativity value amongst the elements. Within the group, electronegativity decreases with an increase in atomic number. This implies that the metallic character increases from oxygen to polonium. Electronegativity is directly proportional to metallic character. Electronegativity is directly proportional to non-metallic character. When electronegativity decreases, non-metallic character decreases and metallic character increases. So top to bottom in a group, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. What happened to electronegativity? Electronegativity decreases. Then non-metallic character decreases and metallic character increases. Electronegativity is directly proportional to non-metallic character. Electronegativity decreases down the group, then non-metallic character decreases and metallic character increases. Okay, ma? Next, physical properties. Before that one, electronegativity. Next to fluorine, oxygen has the highest electronegativity value amongst the elements. Within the group, electronegativity decreases with an increase in atomic number. This implies that the metallic character increases from oxygen to polonium. Okay, ma? Nitrogen, phosphorus are non-metals. oxygen, sulfur. Oxygen, sulfur are non-metals. Selenium and tellurium are metalloids, I think. Polonium is a metal. Okay, ma. Next we will see physical properties. Let us go through physical properties. Some of the physical properties of group 16 elements are given in table 7.6. In this tabular column, see electron gain enthalpy values: minus 141, minus 200, minus 195, minus 190, minus 174. Top to bottom, what happened to size increases. When size increases, electron gain enthalpy decreases. But sulfur will show more electron gain enthalpy. But don't think that this negative is like maths negative. This is negative, nothing but energy is released. See the numerical value only. This is smaller, this is greater. Negative sign is representing energy released. Minus 141 is showing that 141 kilojoules per mole of energy released. Don't think that minus 141 is negative value. It is not negative value. 141 kilojoules of energy only. What is that? 141 kilojoules of energy. Negative sign is representing released. Is it okay, ma? So 141 is smaller than 200. 200 is greater than 195. From there onwards decreases again. That is the order I already have shown to you. Ionization enthalpy. Top to bottom, what happened to ionization enthalpy? Decreases. 1314, 1000, 941, 869, 813. We have seen already. Next, electronegativity. 3.5, 2.58. Top to bottom, electronegativity decreases. 2.55, 2.01, 1.76 decreased. Melting point 55. Sometimes they will follow regular trend, sometimes they won't follow. 55, 393. F is nothing but monoclinic form. Okay. 490, 725, 520. Again it is decreased here. For melting and boiling points, regular trends we cannot observe. Oxygen states of oxygen: minus 2, minus 1, 1, 2. Minus 2, 2, 4, 6 for sulfur. Minus 2, 2, 4, 6 for selenium. Minus 2, 2, 4, 6 for tellurium. 2, 4 for polonium. Polonium is showing metallic character. That's why only plus oxygen states it will show. Tellurium and selenium, minus 2, 2, 4, 6. These three, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, they are showing minus 2, 2, 4, 6. Oxygen is showing minus 2, minus 1, 1, 2. Okay, ma? Clearly, these oxygen states we will discuss in chemical properties one more time. Before that, now we will see physical properties, ma? Some of the physical properties of group 16 elements are given in table 7.6. Oxygen and sulfur are non-metals. Selenium and tellurium are metalloids, whereas polonium is a metal. Top to bottom, what happened to non-metallic character? Decreases. Metallic character increases. Polonium is radioactive and is short-lived. Half-life 13.8 days. It is very short life. 13.8 days. Its half-life is 13.8 days, means it will undergo disintegration very fastly. Radioactive elements, they will undergo disintegration, ma. They are not stable at all. All these elements exhibit allotropy. Allotropy is nothing but the property of an element to show more than one form in which it contains same kind of atoms but they are differed in arrangement of atoms. That is called allotropy. Sulfur allotropic forms monoclinic sulfur, rhombic sulfur. Like that, all the elements of group 16 can show allotropy. Okay. Next, melting and boiling points increase with an increase in atomic number down the group. The large difference between the melting and boiling points of oxygen and sulfur may be explained on the basis of their atomicity. Oxygen atomicity is 2 only, sulfur atomicity is 8. When atomicity is increased, atomic weight increases. When atomic weight increases, intermolecular forces increases and melting and boiling points also increases. Oxygen exists as diatomic molecule O2, whereas sulfur exists as polyatomic molecule S8. Okay, these are the physical properties. So till now, what are the concepts we have completed in group 16 elements? Occurrence, electronic configuration, atomic and ionic radii, ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, electronegativity, even physical properties. For your understanding purpose, these electron negativity, electron gain enthalpy, ionization enthalpy, all these definitions were already completed in 11th class. You have to be very perfect about the definitions. Okay, for your suggestion I am telling that once when I am discussing this electronegativity, suppose example, when I am discussing this electronegativity, keep the book of 11th class book which I have taught for you and completed this periodic table. That book keep with you and see the definition. There it was clearly mentioned. Okay, according to that you can understand this property variation in group and period. Here only groups we are discussing. In a group we will see. Is it okay, ma? Next, let us go through chemical properties. Now see here 7.10, 7.10.1, 7.10.1, 7.10.2, 7.10.7 were completed. 7.10.7 up to physical properties completed. Now we are going through 7.10.8 chemical properties. These are chemical properties. Okay, ma? Let us see that one. Under chemical properties, they gave the heading oxidation states and trends in chemical reactivity. The elements of group 16 exhibit a number of oxidation states. Already I have shown to you. Table 7.6 shows what are the oxidation states. Oxygen -2, -1, 1, 2. Sulfur -2, 2, 4, 6. Selenium -2, 2, 4, 6. Tellurium -2, 2, 4, 6. Polonium 2, 4. Stability of -2 oxygen state decreases down the group because non-metallic character decreases. Non-metals only show negative character. Metals will show positive character. Top to bottom, what happened to non-metallic character decreases. So stability of -2 oxygen state also decreases. Stability of -2 oxidation state decreases down the group. Polonium hardly shows -2 oxygen state. Very difficulty. Polonium cannot show -2 oxygen state easily. That is the meaning. Hardly means with very difficulty it will show -2 oxygen state. Since electronegativity of oxygen is very high, it shows only negative oxygen states as -2 except in the case of OF2. In OF2, which is more electronegative? Fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. Oxygen will show negative oxygen states only except with fluorine because fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. Then fluorine will get -1, oxygen will get +2. 2 into -1 -2 total. This is +2. OF2. fluorines 2 are there. 2 into minus 1 is equal to minus 2. Oxygen 1 into plus 2 plus 2. In this way, total compound is neutral. Oxygen will show positive oxidation state with fluorine only because it is the second most electronegative element. Oxygen is second most electronegative element. That's why with fluorine only it will show plus oxygen state. With any other element it will show negative oxygen state only. That is the meaning. Okay ma? See now. Oxygen shows only negative oxygen state as minus 2 except in the case of OF2 where its oxidation state is plus 2. Other elements of the group exhibit plus 2, plus 4, plus 6 oxidation states, but plus 4 and plus 6 are more common. Plus 4 and plus 6 are more common. Sulfur, selenium and tellurium usually show plus 4 oxidation state in their compounds with oxygen and plus 6 with fluorine. Because when compared to sulfur, oxygen and fluorine are high electronegative elements, na? So with them sulfur will show plus oxygen state only, plus 4. The stability of plus 6 oxygen state decreases down the group. Observe this point. In last group 15 also, I explained very clearly about this one, inert pair effect. Top to bottom, higher oxidation state stability decreases and lower oxygen state stability increases because of inert pair effect. Reluctance of S electrons to be involved in bond. Okay, see, stability of plus 6 oxygen state decreases down the group and stability of plus 4 oxygen state increases. Out of plus 6 and plus 4, which is lower oxygen state, plus 4, its stability increases down the group because of inert pair effect. Bonding in plus 4 and plus 6 oxygen state is primarily covalent. Okay, I hope this is clear for you. That's why very slowly that inert pair effect I explained in group 15. Once again go through that class, group 15, inert pair effect. Okay, top to bottom, because of this inert pair, S electrons cannot be donated because of poor shielding effect caused by D and F electrons. That's why S electrons cannot be donated, so it can show lower oxygen state stability only. Polonium is highly stable in plus 4. Is it okay, ma? Next, anomalous behavior of oxygen. Again here it is getting repeated like anomalous behavior of nitrogen. In group 15 we have seen anomalous behavior of nitrogen. Same like that here, first element oxygen, anomalous behavior we are going to see. Anomalous behavior of oxygen. The anomalous behavior of oxygen, like other members of P block present in second period, is due to its small size. Same reasons we have seen in nitrogen also, and high electronegativity. Because of its small size and high electronegativity, it is showing anomalous behavior. Oxygen is showing anomalous behavior from other elements. One typical example of effects of small size and high electronegativity is the presence of strong hydrogen bonding in water. In NH3 also we have strong hydrogen bonding. Like that here also strong hydrogen bonding is in water, which is not found in H2S. That's why water is present in liquid state, H2S is present in gaseous state at room temperature. And next one, the absence of d orbitals in oxygen limits its covalency to 4 only, and in practice rarely exceeds 2. Generally oxygen valency cannot exceed 2. That is the meaning here. Its maximum valency is covalent to 4 only, limited to 4 only, but it cannot exceed 2 also. On the other hand, in case of other elements of the group, the valence shells can be expanded and covalency exceeds 4. These are all like nitrogen only. Nitrogen cannot expand its valency greater than 4. Like that here also, oxygen cannot exceed its valency 2 because of very small size absence of d orbitals. Here also absence of d orbitals. Same explanation in group 16 also. That's why I mentioned clearly at the time of representing inert pair effect and this one, same explanation will be repeated in group 16 also. But not only in group 16, it will be useful in group 17 also. Okay, man. Next, reactivity with hydrogen. All the elements of group 16 form hydrates of the type H2E, H2O, H2S, H2Se, H2Te, H2PO. All the elements of group 16 will react with hydrogen to form H2O, H2S, H2Se, H2Te, tellurium, H2PO. Okay. Some properties of hydrates are given in table 7.7. All the elements of group 16 form hydrates of the type H2E. Some properties of hydrates are given in table 7.7. Their SD character increases from H2O to H2Te. The increase in SD character can be explained in terms of decrease in bond enthalpy for the dissociation of He bond down the group. Owing to the decrease in enthalpy of the dissociation of He bond down the group, the thermal stability of hydrates also decreases from H2O to H2PO. All the hydrates except water possess reducing property and this character increases from H2S to H2Te. Let us see. H2O, oxygen small atom, bonds with hydrogen. Sulfur, little bit big atom, bonds with hydrogen. Se, this is sulfur mark, this is Se, this is oxygen, bonds with hydrogen. Tellurium, bonds with hydrogen. Polonium, bonds with hydrogen. See what happened to top to bottom atomic size. Atomic size increases. When atomic size increases, distance between this nucleus and the bond pair increases. The bond can be broken down easily. It can donate H plus ion easily. Top to bottom, this one H2PO is there na, it can donate H plus ion easily. Same type of explanation we have seen in nitrogen group also. Top to bottom, what happened to size increases, central metal atom size increases. Hydrogen can be donated easily. The substance which can donate H plus ion easily is strong acid. The substance which can donate H plus ion easily is called strong acid. Out of these compounds, which can donate the H plus ion easily? H2PO. So this is strong acid. This is weak acid. So top to bottom, what happened to SD character? Increases. SD character increases because central metal atom size increases. Bond enthalpy decreases. This is called bond energy or bond enthalpy. Bond enthalpy decreases. It can donate the H plus ion easily. So SD character increases. Is it okay, ma? Next. H2PO can donate hydrogen easily. Losing of hydrogen is called oxidation. That means H2PO can donate H easily means H2PO can undergo oxidation easily. That is only na H2PO can donate H easily. The substance which can donate H easily, it will undergo oxidation easily. H2PO can undergo oxidation easily. The substance which can undergo oxidation easily is the best reducing agent. The substance which can undergo oxidation easily is the best reducing agent. Substance which can undergo oxidation easily is the best reducing agent. Once again, the substance which can donate H plus ion easily is called strong acid. Up to that it is clear. So top to bottom SD character increases. Now H2PO can donate H easily. Is it okay? That process is called oxidation. So H2PO can undergo oxidation easily. The substance which can undergo oxidation easily is the best reducing agent. So top to bottom, what happened to H2O, H2S, H2Se, H2Te, H2PO? Top to bottom, what happened to reducing character? Reducing character is nothing but reducing agent only. Reducing character increases. Reducing character increases. So H2O is not reducing agent. Remaining all are reducing agents only. In that also, which is strong reducing agent? H2PO is strong reducing agent because it can donate H easily. Why it is donating H easily? This is the explanation. Central metal atom size is more, so bond dissociation enthalpy is less, it can donate H easily. So SD character and reducing character are directly proportional. When SD character increases, reducing character also increases. Top to bottom, reducing character increases. Is it okay, man? And which one is strong reducing agent? H2PO. H2O is not at all reducing agent. Remaining all are reducing agents only. In that also, which is strong reducing agent? H2PO. I hope you are clear. This is about reaction with hydrogen. So in today's class, we have completed up to reaction with hydrogen. In next class, we will see how these elements will undergo reaction with halogens, how these elements reaction with other elements. In next class, we will see, and we will continue the concept. Okay, now we are in chemical properties. Today we have completed group 16, occurrence, physical properties, and we started with chemical properties. Under that, oxidation states we have seen already. After oxidation states, reaction with hydrogen we have seen. Okay, man. Reaction with other elements we will start in next class. And this is about today's class. I hope this explanation is very clear for you, all of you. Thank you all. Have a nice day. If you have any doubts, you can contact me and you can clarify your doubts, man. And in our doubt session also, I will clarify your doubts. Once again, thank you all. Have a nice day.